Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Fantasy Football section. I'm Tom and I'm delighted to be joined by Scott. Say hi, Scott.
Hi, mate.
Ah, brilliant, fantastic. It's like having a new pet. Um, right. Um, I think we're going to start initially. His formations. I'm feeling defence heavy from statistics last year. What do you think about it, Scott?
Yeah, I think I'm going to say 3-2-1. I think you've got to remember it's quite a long season in terms of fantasy wise, 46 games. So I think to start with defence, play it safe. There's only a couple of striker picks that I like or I'm set on, and I don't think there's that many good midfield options. So whereas I think there's quite a lot of good defensive options. So I'm going to go with 3-2-1 for this week, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm 3-2-1. I'm probably going for that throughout the season, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Um, so, is there any defenders or any players actually, full stop, that you really recommend?
I'd say my number one team pick for this week would probably be Luton. Obviously they're at home to Wimbledon. We've just come up from League Two.
Yeah,
And I'd say I watched a fair bit of League Two from last season, and I'd say that Wimbledon were definitely a side that were lucky to get promoted. And I'd say, judging by what I've seen from what the fans are saying, apparently the side's got worse from last season.
they've lost a lot
Um,
of players. Goodman's
yeah,
gone. Um,
Goodman, Newville, Tilly.
yeah,
I think there's a couple others that I can't think off the top of my head, but they're solid defensively. So I can't see Luton maybe, winning beating Wimbledon 3-4 nil, but I can see a easy, comfortable like 1-2 nil sort of thing.
yeah. I
So
think,
I'd say my favourite pick for this week is obviously Mads Anderson. Obviously, all Barnes fans will know him well. I think from conversations that I've had with some Luton fans that he's practically nailed to start for him in centre or back three. So he should be getting more clearances and tackles and that sort of thing. So I'd say he's my favourite pick this week. I'd say.
very good. I've I've uh, I've gone with Luton with James Shea in there. I think he's going to be
Yeah,
quite a um,
I think
solid.
um, I think the sign that what's his name Keeley, Josh Keeley. We're at Leighton Orient
Oh,
on loan.
I might have to change that then. The lad from
Yeah,
Tottenham.
he's
Yes.
Yeah, on loan. Yeah, I think he's going to be a starting keeper. I think it'll be one to Luton's lineup will be one to watch for first game, obviously. But I'm pretty sure that he's going to be a starter. So, but that's just an easy change, really.
Yes, I think you could be right on that one actually. Um, I've gone Powdy okay. They were
Oh,
at
Connor.
O'Connor, sorry, they were at
Yeah,
uh, Lincoln last year. Just moved to Reading. I've gone for him
yeah,
in my defence as well at this moment in time.
solid. Yeah,
You think he's a solid pick. That's good to know because I wasn't 100% sure on that one because look, it were decent last year, but obviously we're moving teams. It's a bit of a gamble.
yeah. I think Reading will be solid defensively. I think it's just whether they can replace goals. I think they've lost obviously. I know obviously they lost Sam Smith in January to Wrexham, and they're losing what's his name Harvey Nibbs. I think he's
Yeah,
going to Charlton. So it's a matter more, I think, for them if they can get more goals in the team rather than. Oh, they've obviously lost that Bindon, I think, centre half. I think he's gone to Sheffield United. He's going to be a big miss, but I think replacing with O'Connor, you're not going to get many better options there, really, especially for League One. So
no, it's
solid pick.
yeah. I wouldn't mind us signing him. To be fair. Um,
But definitely,
so you've gone Luton as a team that you'd would pick a few players from. Is there a team that
definitely.
you're looking at that you think void that you just think that they're
Um,
poor side or up against a tough side this week?
yeah, I think. like you're just saying, against a tough side, I'd say Wickham, surprisingly. I mean, they're away to Bradford, who've just come up, but Bradford were rock solid at home. I think they only conceded like 15 goals
Yeah,
at home all season. So that for me looks like it could be like a nil-nil sort of thing, or maybe even a Bradford win, because first game of the season, Bradford's, the home stadium's going to be rocking. I'd favour Bradford more than Wickham, and I'm not so sure on that Dodds. Uh, I thought they've lacked
manager.
goals since January. Yeah,
Yeah,
so I'd say Wickham would be one to avoid. I've seen that quite a lot of people are on him. I think that's more new players than old. But for me, I think in terms of the fixture, I think there's better fixtures out there than Bradford away. I think for them to stay up, they're going to heavily rely on the home form for me. So
I think they'd have to heavily rely on Kone, and I think he's probably going to go as well
yeah,
in this
I'd
transfer
say so.
window.
Yeah, I think he's only got like a year or so left on his deal, so I think
Yeah.
he'll be looking for a move definitely.
Um, is there any players that you think that you're going to get on that possibly other players aren't going to think about a differential?
Um,
Right.
uh, I've got Ruben Colwell from Cardiff in for me.
Okay.
I think that fixture at home to Peterborough. Honestly, I think it's the best fixture you can get. Really, I think Peterborough they've lost. I know this is not really defensive, but they've lost Poku, they've lost
Yeah.
Ricky J Jones, they've lost Mothersill, they've lost Cipriano, they've lost Steer, they've lost Fernando. I could go on and on. They've lost so many players.
Yeah, I think
Um,
Fernandez
and
is
up,
one that's just gone for quite a bit of money, but they're not
yeah,
spending it
to
either.
Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they've just signed Oka, I can't pronounce his name, but defender from Walsall, Okabu or something like that. And I
Yeah.
didn't really rate him, especially for a possession-based side like Peterborough. So I could see that one going south, and I'd even suggest that Peterborough could be one to go down this season. If I'm being honest, I mean they struggled a lot back end of last season, conceding goals for fun.
Did they finish
Up against
18th last
Cardiff,
year?
yeah, yeah, really
Yeah.
low down, and they conceded. I think they conceded even more than us, to be honest, which just shows really, doesn't it, that they're not solid defensively at all.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think that's more fixture related. But Ruben Colwell, I think he scored six, not scored, sorry, 6 or 7 goal contributions in pre-season. I know pre-season's not be all and end all, but he's coming in with some form,
Yeah.
and he looks to be on it. And dropping down a league, I think they've kept quite a few of the players. I know obviously they did finish dead bottom, but I think there is a bit more of golf in Championship to League One now.
Yeah.
So I'd say basically he's coming up against a League Two standard defence. So I think there's a big gap in quality there, and I could see him getting a goal, assist, you name it. So yeah,
Yeah. I think you
I'd
could
say
run riot.
yeah, definitely yeah, 100%.
Excellent. Um, so the one striker I was sort of looking through is Alfie May moving to
Yeah,
Huddersfield, dropping back down into League One, where he's just enjoyed himself really for the last 2 seasons. Um, Obviously, I'm probably not the only one that's thinking that. I would imagine there's quite a
oh
few
yeah,
um,
definitely.
looking at him in the side. Do you think he's a safe bet, or do you think there's other better strikers out there? I was
I
umming and
think
ahhing a bit with McGoldrick as well, but obviously he's stepped up
McGoldrick,
from
yeah,
yeah, he's stepped up from League Two, so that's probably
yeah,
a bit of a gamble.
yeah. I think with May, you know what you're going to get really with May. I think he got like 20 odd goal contributions, and most of his appearances were from off bench. Uh, Obviously in a quality Birmingham side, but he didn't really get consecutive starts to sort of get them goals and get that run of form. But I think in that Huddersfield side, he should be starting every game. I know he's 32, but he still looks rapid as ever. I think Leighton Orient, obviously, they're relying heavily on loans. I think they have lost quite a few players. Um, Keeley, obviously, in that. Galbraith, I think he's gone to Swansea. And obviously, Huddersfield have recruited very well. up and down pitch, really defends midfield attack. I think they only need one or two, and they're going to be right up there. I'd definitely say Alfie May's in my top five, but I think my favourite striker pick this week is Salick for Cardiff. Um, he's been heavily linked with a championship move, like
Yeah.
or to clubs abroad. And he's been on similar sort of form with Colwell. I think he's got like six goal contributions in pre-season. I think he got 8 goals in 20 odd appearances in Championship. So
Yeah.
you're facing him against a League Two side, Peterborough, and they're at home. First game of the season. I think he could hit one. He could score a brace or an hat trick in that game. To be honest, I think he's a really good striker, and I won't be surprised if he gets a move soon. So I'm kind of hoping for this game to come quick before he gets sold. Really,
I would bracket that with a bit of caution, and if get just before
yeah,
kickoff that he's not um, being saved because he's been sold basically, but they're
yeah, yeah,
not
exactly.
risking an injury. But yeah,
Yeah, I know. We've heard that one.
yeah, I have. I did look at him, and he does look a quality player. Um,
Definitely, yeah.
so that's probably it, really. We've sort of touched on players to avoid and to and what you could possibly pick. Um,
Yeah,
Now we've got as a league, we're up to over 40 participants so far, which I'd like to get a few more in before it. So I'll put the link in the description down below, and the code and everything for our league. And everyone's more than welcome to join, whether you're a Barnsley fan or not. And that's really game week one. Game week two will probably be a little bit longer because we might have some awards for people up in as table and we'll do an ultimate team of players that have
yeah,
uh, contributed the most points, and we'll go into a bit more details on how they've gained those points as well. But thank you very much for listening, and goodbye.